Make a quick message about Amazon and how I use Amazon or how I run with Amazon. I used to run with Amazon a lot. I'm right here in East St. Louis, Illinois, so I'm in the St. Louis, right here at the St. Louis hub, and they built probably about, we probably got about 15 Amazons around here now. But anyway, I run them on and off. I don't run them, I run them on and off. I put it that way. So Amazon, sometimes they will get cheap on the freight. Sometimes you can hit a lick with Amazon. You know, Amazon do a lot of trailer moves. Still, they don't have as many now as they used to when I first started running. This probably about 4 years ago. But they have a lot of trailer moves, and I mean, sometimes you move across the street. You know, and some of these trailers, man, you probably make $300-400 sometimes moving these trailers across the street. And I book like 10 of them sometimes, you know. And that's what I used to do a lot before. But the way I use Amazon now is I run regionally. So I'm within the region. So I'm within a couple hours. I run maybe four and a half hours out in the radius of St. Louis, right? So I'm home every day. And a lot of times I don't go that far out. So I'm done early, you know. I don't use my whole clock. I use a few hours of my clock, you know, my 7-8 hours sometimes 5-6 hours. It varies, right? But if I get home early, you know, I just kind of go, or my wife would go, since she dispatched through Amazon, and kind of see if they got like trailer moves, you know, that need to be moved when I get back in town, right? And a lot of times I catch these moves, and I move a couple of trailers at the end of the day. It's just really maximizing my day, right? You know, so I just maximize that day, make a couple more dollars, call it gas money or what you want to call it. But I get back in town, still have 4 or 5 hours on my clock left. I would jump on the Amazon board, you know, I jump on my computer that I carry with me, or I just call my wife and have her look while I'm on the way home. And sometimes, you know, you get these loads out here that run, you know, a little 20-mile run or some be 5-6 mile runs, you know, and I make another $500-600 sometime doing that, just locally, you know, and end my day like that. So, you know, Amazon got its benefits. I don't run them exclusively. At one point, I ran them almost exclusively. It wasn't exclusive, but we ran a lot because they were paying a lot for the loads. Empty trailers or whatever. I mean, we getting $1,400-1,500 more empty trailers, 120 miles, you know, 200 miles sometime, you know. So we'll run those and run something back, you know. So it's a way to do everything. And right now, you know, everybody that's, you know, giving you information is giving it to you from their perspective. I would hope it would be that. It ain't what somebody told them. Because a lot of us get out here and we listen to what people tell us without doing our own research. And you always got to do your own research. Even if I tell you something, look it up, you know. So do your own research and see if what I'm saying is true or not, or if that may work for you. But don't just take what I'm saying for fact without doing your research. I'm telling you facts, but these are my facts, and this will work for me. Because you may try to do the research and it don't work in your favor. And that don't mean I'm not doing it, don't work for me. It just might not work for you. But and that's with everything. That's what any brokers, anybody tell you about, any lanes, run this company, not that company. My experience won't be your experience. You know, there's a lot of similarities out here, but you got to get out here and do your own thing, you know, and don't just get out here and search for so much information that you get information overload and you don't use it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us get a lot of this information. We ask a lot of questions, which is good, but once you get the answers, at some point, you have to execute, right? You got to put into action what you learned or what somebody told you after you did your research on it, of course. But you got to put that into action, right? So it's like, what's the use of having education if you can't apply it, right? So once you get all this education, all this information, at some point, you just have to do it. When you getting out here into trucking, it's a lot of money in trucking, and I say that every time I do a video because it is, and that's what I do. I've been trucking 10 years now, right? But it's a lot of people get out here and lose too, you know, especially if you have bad money management, if you got bad habits, you know, shopping habits, women and men habits, you know, whatever it is. If you got habits that cause you spend a lot of money, you might want to check that at the door when you come into trucking, because the trucking, you can make a lot of money, but it's still expensive to truck. You know, it's trucking is expensive. And when I say that, everybody don't have a truck note, you know, and all that. It's just about the day-to-day operations, the maintenance, you know, fuel maintenance. You got to take care of these trucks out here. So you can get out here and make this some people making this $10,000 a week. I don't make that. I make probably about $5,000 to $7,000 a week with each one of my trucks. I got 5 trucks now, and that's because I run regionally. You know, we can run out and make more, but that's just more wear and tear, more fuel you're getting. I can't guarantee you, but I'm willing to bet that these guys is telling you they're making $5,000 and $10,000 a week. You know, once you do the math, when I do my math at the end of the week and they do theirs, the take home after everything gonna be similar. You know, it's gonna be, they may still have a couple dollars more, but it ain't gonna be too much more. But that's just my perspective and what works for me though. But get out here. Sometimes you just gotta execute. You gotta get out here and do it. So get the knowledge that you need, but execute. Get out here, put it into action. You just gotta jump out there, do it, and you'll be surprised once you get it done. I'm at the truck wash right now. But once you get out here and just do it, you know, get out here, you got to have the passion for it. You got to want to do it. If you're doing it just for the money, it can work, but it's a chance that it may not be for you. Because like I say, you got to have some type of build of passion. You can start off not having the passion for it and grow into it. That's possible too. I didn't love trucking when I got into it. You know, I always wanted to truck. I started off dump trucking. I did that 5 years. I've been running rigs for 5 years. I like the rigs better than the dump trucks. But I didn't have the love for trucking. I wanted to truck. I wanted to see what it was about, so I kind of eased into it. And then the love for it came after that. So it's possible for anybody else to do that. But I didn't get into it for the money because I already had a couple dollars. You get what I'm saying? I ain't saying I was rich or nothing like that. But I wasn't hurting for nothing then. I'm not hurting for nothing now. It just was time for me to make a career change, right? And I chose trucking to do that, you know. So that's what worked, and it's working, you know. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you about. I kind of went off, you know what I'm saying. But hopefully all of it is good information for you. But I just really want to talk about. I was just sitting here in the line at the truck wash and just thinking about. This conversation just came up when I was running the Amazon trailer before. I just dropped one off. I just did a run from Hazelwood, whatever I was at, Hazelwood to Edwardsville, whatever, it's probably 20-something miles, whatever, like $900, you know, live unload. They loaded me in about an hour. I actually unloaded myself in like 15 minutes. They was gonna unload me, but they was looking for people. I just opened the dock up, man, and unloaded myself. Was I supposed to do it? I don't know. They was sitting there watching me. Had my safety stuff on. But anyway, I was just sitting there thinking about a conversation I had with a guy, and he saw me with the Amazon trailer. He was like, man, why are you running that cheap freight? And I was like, what you mean by cheap freight? Man, I got a buddy that tell me, man, Amazon cheap freight, he'll never run it this and this and this and this. So this dude coming to me about something he heard somebody else told him, right? And the load I was on, I was running to Memphis. I ran the load to Memphis, from St. Louis to Memphis. Y'all can pull it up. It's probably about 230 miles or something like that, whatever. I got $1,600 to run the load there. The load was probably about it wasn't no more than 5,000 pounds, right? Got a load coming back. I probably made over almost $3,000 that day, you know, gross, that round trip. But he talking about cheap freight. And it just goes to show that you can't always listen to what somebody tell you, because you don't know what's going on out here until you do it. You got to get out here and do it on your own. That guy, for all I know, probably was getting a lick in his area, didn't want this dude to get on it. So he telling him, oh man, I ain't paying nothing, I never run that. And he out here running the freight. You get what I'm saying? So don't always listen to these people. Not only that, that load paid about $1,600 going down at 200-something miles. Less than 5,000 pounds was load. You know, people run Amazon know all the loads are like. You rarely get a heavy load. I've had a 40,000 pound load coming out of Ohio before, and I didn't run around Ohio. I just was in Indiana and ran over there to get it to come back home. But mostly all the loads that I run been light. You know, they be 13,000 pounds or less mostly. But not only that, I'm not spending a lot in fuel, right? I'm not burning a lot of fuel, so I'm not spending a lot to refill. So when you're out here running, you got to kind of do what works for you. Because everybody they jump on this cents per mile thing, and it's dollar and cents per mile and all that. And that's it's a factor sometimes, but that's not the whole thing. It's about making a profit. You got to know your numbers and know what it takes for you to operate your truck, to know what you can and can't run a load for. And a lot of these people don't know their numbers, right? They just think cents per mile, cents per mile, cents per mile, right? And you can get a $15 load, a $1 load, and run fucking 20 miles. You know, is that a good load? Because you want to tell somebody, oh, I got $15 a mile for this load. You get what I'm saying? You know, it's nonsense when you listen to some of these people. It's a lot of variables involved when you bidding on these loads. You know, some of these load boards will tell you what lanes go for, so they give you kind of ballpark to start with. But you got to remember, you the owner, you tell them what it's gonna cost for them to put on your truck. You don't let them tell you what they gonna pay you. You tell them what you gonna run it for, and if they don't pay your fee, man, your price, you move on to the next one. You know, because we out here, we got all the responsibility. Once you put that load on your truck, you're responsible from A to B. Anything can happen in between that. You securing that load, you being responsible getting that load. You talking about $100,000, hundreds of $1,000s these loads worth. You know, and some people run $1 million loads. You get what I'm saying? They worth depending on what you're pulling, right? So you moving a lot of freight, they're gonna make a lot of money off each trailer that's being moved. And it ain't out there to be ridiculous with the prices, because it is a ballpark in every lane you get. You get what I'm saying? But you want to maximize it and get the most you can. So don't listen to a guy saying, oh, they ain't paying this, until you went out there and ran that and found that they ain't paying this. You know what I'm saying? Once you go do it, then you know. You don't know just because somebody telling you. You know, do your research. Just like I'm telling you this, research it. If I'm telling you how to get into trucking or give you any insight on trucking, you can go out here and talk to somebody else about it. Google it. There's all kinds of information out here. We're in the information age. So there's a lot of people out here charging for, you know, just to give information that you can really find on your own. You know, with just getting on Google or just talking to people. You can walk up to a truck driver, you know what I'm saying, talk to him. But he probably gonna talk to you and give you some game, man. So you ain't, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I believe in investing in yourself. Because like I say, I spent maybe $7 grand on informational stuff that I'm into this year alone. Like I say, it's 2021. And all this stuff I won't use, but I can apply it in life, you know. And I believe a lot of stuff you learn ain't just for that job. A lot of these are life lessons, right? You never know when you're going to use something or something come up when you're out here just doing whatever. And it's something you can read in the book or some information or a business you was trying to look at. So I believe in paying for the information, but I also believe in back checking that information and then most importantly, putting it into action, right? Using that information and taking action, whatever that action may be. You know, whatever you're trying to get into, you have to take the action once you get this information. But anyway, y'all, peace. I'm rambling now.